you're among friends at Boston Pizza.
This is SportsCentre.
The wait is over.
And here comes Manning, shuffle pass. That ties the record.
Peyton Manning makes NFL history.
And Manning, he's got it. Manning's got the record.
Two smash-mouth teams face off as the Steelers try and lock up home field advantage, while the Bills continue their improbable run towards a postseason berth. An NFL legend, the Minister of Defense, Reggie White, dies at the age of 43. Stirring the pot, Sidney Crosby has some controversial words regarding the NHL labor wars. SportsCentre starts now.
Peyton Manning chasing history.
Happy Boxing Day to everyone. Hope you're having a great holiday. I'm Holly Horton. In this edition of SportsCentre, sitting in for Corey Warmwell. A very busy day. We will start on the gridiron and the game everybody was watching, the Colts and the Chargers. Peyton Manning primed to pass Mr. Dan Marino in the record books, going against the second-rated passer in the AFC, Drew Brees. Manning looking to score on the Colts' opening drive. It gets picked by Donnie Edwards. That would prove costly because Brees would find LaDainian Tomlinson. He's gone 74 yards for the score, 7-zip Chargers. Manning with no touchdowns in the first half. His team is down 17-9. A record broken early in the third, not Marino's. Antonio Gates with his 13th TD catch of the year sets a new mark for touchdown receptions by a tight end. Colts down by 15.
And here comes Manning, shuffle pass. That ties the record. And Dan Marino.
And Manning finally gets number 48. Colts down 24-16 after 3. Fourth quarter, another record falls. Tomlinson with a touchdown run in his 12th consecutive game in a single season. 31-16 Bolts. Dominique Rhodes off the ensuing kickoff.
Fletcher can't bring him down. Maybe the kicker can. He can't bring him down. There goes Dominique Rhodes. Being chased by Florence. There's a block by Sampany is in for the touchdown.
And Peyton is loving that. Colts down 8 with 1 minute left.
And Manning. He's got it. Manning's got the record. Peyton Manning has captured a piece of NFL history.
Peyton breaks Marino's record with his 49th touchdown pass of the season, and he does it on home turf. Colts still need 2, though. Edgerrin James runs in the 2-point convert to tie the game. We are headed to an extra frame. Colts get the ball in OT, and Manning finds Reggie Wayne for a big-time gain. And then it's up to Mike Vanderjagt. He boots the game-winning field goal. Colts will win at 34-31. Manning breaks Marino's record. Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Brandon Stokely became just the 4th trio to each top 1,000 yards receiving in a season. And after the game, Manning spoke about how much more meaningful a victory was with the record.
The fact that it happened, that we won the game, we beat an excellent team like the Chargers, sure made for an exciting day. And the way that it happened on that drive, you know, I think Johnny Unitas would have been proud of that drive and kind of the way it happened. It's an individual thing, but the nice thing is I feel we've kind of turned it into a team thing around here with the receivers getting excited about it. I mean, I've had defensive backs coming up to me, hey, we're going to get the ball right back for you. You know, and so I feel like in a football team, unlike maybe baseball, you can turn it into a team thing.
Here's a look inside the numbers. You can see that Manning has surpassed or matched Marino in the first 3 categories. But in the 4th, to catch Marino's 5,000-plus yard single-season best, Manning would have to throw for 533 yards next week against the Broncos. Steelers looking to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs, taking on the Ravens. And they get the start they wanted. Ben Roethlisberger finds Plexico Burress 36 yards later, and it's 7-0 Steelers. Roethlisberger, he's almost not human. Tied at 7. He will air one out for Antoine Randall L. This leads to a field goal, and it was 10-7 for Steeltown. More greatness from the undefeated rookie as he uses his left hand to complete the pass. We go to the second half. Steelers cap a 14-play, 9-minute, 71-yard drive. It's Big Ben to Jeremy Tooman. It's 17-7, but it was a costly score. Roethlisberger takes a late hit from Terrell Suggs, goes down hard and injures his ribs. But the rookie showing toughness. He stays in. He'll connect with Burress. But his human side does come through, something obviously not feeling right with him. He would lead the game, but the Steelers come out with a victory, 20-7. Steelers went 8-0 at home this season for the first time since 1979 when they last won the Super Bowl. Bettis isn't worried about his rookie quarterback.
Ben he's a tough guy, so worrying about Ben, I'm not worried about the guy. I mean, he wanted to keep going in the game. I really think they stopped him from going, and he's a competitor. So Ben, I'm not worried about him at all.
We've had good games here at home, and we got great fans. We got a lot of energy here, and we always play well here. So it's a good feeling to have home field throughout.
Patriots and Jets, a New England victory clinches them a first-round bye. Jets first possession. Chad Pennington over the middle, picked off by Teddy Bruschi, and that snuffs out the Jets' drive. Second quarter, 3-0 Pats, and their offense starts to click. Tom Brady spots David Gibbons. It's a big 35-yard gain. Then Brady, with a play fake, fires a strike to Daniel Graham. It's a 16-yard touchdown, 10-0 Patriots. Meantime, the Jets' offense stalls. Mike Vrabel breaks through, hauls down Pennington. It's 13-0 Patriots at the half. Early fourth, now 16-0 Pennington, picked off by Eugene Wilson, and he takes it back deep into Jets territory. A few plays later, Brady with the play action finds Deion Branch wide open. The Patriots in complete control. And the score is now 23-7 for the Patriots. A Jets win would clinch a playoff berth for them. Coming in, the Pats haven't lost consecutive games since December 2002. That second loss came against the Jets. Well, playoff implications on the line. Willis McGahee was doubtful for this, but he was in the starting lineup. His knee looks fine early on. He spins and gains some good yardage. While he takes a rest, Shad Williams fills in nicely for a big gain of 22 yards, and McGahee comes back in, catches a screen pass, turns it into huge yardage, but still no score until McGahee takes the pitch, caps off the drive with a tough 3-yard score. His 10th TD makes it 7-zip for the Bills. Late second, Bills add to their lead. Drew Bledsoe to Lee Evans for the major, and 8 yards later, it's 14-0 Buffalo. Third quarter, McGahee continues to pound it on. 21-yard gain puts him over the 1,000-yard mark. That would lead to a field goal. The defense takes over as Nate Clements tips and intercepts Ken Dorsey. Guess who takes it in from there? McGahee with his second TD of the game. Niners with no answer for him. It is 41-0 Bills in the fourth. Texans and Jaguars, Jacksonville, also in a fight for the last AFC wildcard spot, minus the injured Fred Taylor. Second quarter, 7-0 Texans. Hand off to Dominic Davis. He breaks the tackle. He runs for more. 44 yards, down to the Jacksonville 11. Then David Carr will throw it up for Andre Johnson. He hauls it in. And Houston took a 14-0 lead to the locker room. Third quarter, the Jags D tries to keep it close. David Carr gets all wrapped up by Mike Peterson. Jags shut out after 3 quarters, though. Fourth quarter, Jags with one last chance.
Gerard throw, short throw. It's Troy Edwards breaking a tackle. And Edwards fighting his way. He lost the ball. It popped into the hands. It looked like Antoine Peak along that sideline. And Peak stays on his feet, diving for the end zone.
Jacksonville shut out at home, 21-0. Here's a look at the AFC standings. The Jets clinch with a win over New England or a Buffalo loss or tie. For now, Denver has the last playoff berth, but could be tied with Buffalo if the Bills beat the 49ers. However, Denver would hold the tiebreaker based on the conference record. The NFL was saddened today with the news that Reggie White has passed away. The former star defensive end and one of the best defensive players in NFL history reportedly died of respiratory failure Sunday. He was 43. Nicknamed the Minister of Defense, White turned 43 just last Sunday. A lock for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, White retired as the NFL's all-time sack leader in 2000 with 198. A 13-time Pro Bowler, White spent 8 seasons with the Eagles, 6 seasons with the Packers, and 1 with the Carolina Panthers. White helped the Packers to back-to-back Super Bowls in 1996 and 97. He had 3 sacks in the Packers' win in Super Bowl 31. He was a fierce competitor and remarkably durable. White missed only 1 game in his last 12 seasons and started all but 3 during that span.
Reggie was always, he was a warm person. I never saw him that he wouldn't give me a big bear hug when we first met. He was just a very warm, giving person. And you appreciated the fact that he was this great athlete, but he also had this warm heart.
White was also an ordained minister and worked tirelessly helping inner city kids. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. Ahead on SportsCentre, surprising words from the Phenom. The next one states his position on being a replacement player.
If I do have the opportunity, I'd probably go.
Plus, Brent Sutter mixes things up.
It's check me at the door.
Canada's head coach breaks up a surprising trio. And huge playoff matchups in the NFC. Saints, Panthers, Seahawks, and Cardinals all needing a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. You're watching SportsCentre.
Boston Pizza weaves past the defense, makes its way to the table, drops into the open side, and scores! Starving for hockey action? Make Boston Pizza your TSN hockey headquarters. Come out to cheer on Team Canada. Our national pride is on the line. Check out TSN's extensive live coverage on our big screen TVs. Hockey at its best. TSN will broadcast live from mystery Boston Pizza locations throughout the tournament. Meet TSN talent, win great prizes, and show your support for Team Canada on national TV. You're among friends at Boston Pizza.
I am a fashion student. I don't just make clothes with my hands. I make them with my mind and soul. My name is Mika. You will never confuse me with someone else. LG mobile phones.
Every group has its leader. The one that everyone looks up to. The one that decides where the group should go. The one that everyone follows. Because they always have the best ideas. And the coolest toys. The new 2005 Fords are coming through.
Wow. Whoa, check it out.
And during your Ford dealer's New Year's celebration, we're making them even easier to own.
Legend.
You're talking about the car, right?
Get great value on most 2005s and remaining 2004s during our New Year's celebration.
We keep thinking about value because we want you to drive a Ford.
Next for Team Canada at the World Juniors, it's a date with Team Sweden, and we have got it for you live in high definition. It all starts Monday at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, beginning with our pregame show. And as part of the pregame, Gino Reda goes one-on-one with Mr. Sidney Crosby, and you won't want to miss what he has to say about the lockout and the possibility of being a replacement player.
I don't know, it's tough. I haven't really given a whole thought, but my dreams of playing the NHL, and I think that if I do have the opportunity, I'd probably go.
It's a tough thing to say no to, isn't it?
Yeah, you grow up, dreaming to play, but obviously I can understand the other side of it too. I understand it's a business, and I know that there's things going on that maybe myself and other people don't know that do influence a lot of guys' opinions. So it's hard for me to say right now, but I just wanted to get there. That's my dream.
I can hear his phone ringing right now. One game is in the books for Canada at the World Junior Championship, and there's a W beside it. The Canadian squad beat Slovakia 7-3 in a game where Canada's top line proved lethal. The rest of the team, though, still has some work to do. Ryan Rashog has more on that.
He was arguably Canada's most dominant player at last year's tournament, but Anthony Stewart has found himself in Brent Sutter's doghouse.
I think he knows that he needs to be a better player, and we're trying to push him to make him better.
I haven't been producing, so it's my job, to start producing and start taking the body and just doing everything in a bigger role. So I'm going to look forward to doing that next game with whatever time I have.
Stewart has been yanked off the line he was so dominant with last year, wearing grind line green at practice on Sunday. In his place with Nigel Dawes and Mike Richards, Jeremy Colleton, who sat out the first game of the tournament with a lower body injury.
Well, I feel good. That's what I'm going to tell Brent and doctor and trainer, and it's up to them.
I've been relegated, to fourth line right now, which is, my own fault, so I'm just going to try to work harder and try to work my way back up.
Finding different ways to motivate struggling players can be tricky, and there's nothing subtle about the way Sutter is bringing his message across. Stewart hears it loud and clear.
He's doing things his way this year, and it's he's going for a gold medal, and that's the same thing that I'm trying to do. So if I'm not going and there's someone that's doing better than me, then that's how it should be. They should step in and play a higher role.
I don't want to make a big deal about it. It's just a situation where we feel he needs to play better, and bottom line.
With Colleton likely back in the lineup, that leaves Sutter with 4 full lines plus an extra guy on the bench. And that in itself should be motivation because nobody wants to be that 13th forward. They also got some good news on the back end. Defenseman Brent Seabrook took full practice, looked good, and will likely be in the lineup Monday against Sweden. From the 2005 World Junior Hockey Championships, Ryan Rashog, TSN.
SportsCentre at the World Junior Championship is brought to you by Chevrolet for all life's roads.
On to the Spengler Cup, where Canada is the two-time defending champion. Sharks netminder Evgeny Nabokov in goal for Russia. First period, it's 1-0 Russia. Ryan Gardner from the blue line scores. Nabokov lets in a weak one right through the legs. 1-1 after 1. Early second, Jan Alston bats it out of midair, off Nabokov's leg and in for a very fluky goal. It's 2-1 Canada. Late in the second, Randy Robitaille sends it to Jamie Heward. It's a one-timer. Canada leads at 3-2 after 2. Third period, Alston throws it at the net. Randy Robitaille jams it in. Canada would add an empty netter and wins it 5-2. Second last week in the NFL, and while the AFC playoff spots are almost set, the NFC is a mess. It's a fun mess, and that is mostly due to a weak NFC West division, which nobody seems to want to claim. That title, along with the 2 wildcard spots, are still very much up for grabs. One team with hands outstretched, the New Orleans Saints, who got a lucky break today playing an Atlanta Falcon team without Michael Vick. Vick out with a sore shoulder. It's a meaningless game for the Falcons, however, not for the Saints, who need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Rookie Matt Schaub gets the start. He struggled out of the gate, including a sack for a safety. It's 3-0 Saints. Tough day for the man in stripes. He gets crunched. He's shaken up, but he would return. 12-6 Saints. Third quarter, Saints get it going. Aaron Brooks finds a wide-open Dante Stallworth. It's a 39-yard strike, and it's 19-6 New Orleans. Schaub finally gets it going. He hands off to Warwick Dunn, and he takes it 16 yards for the major. Falcons are within 6, but on the ensuing kick, Michael Lewis takes it at his own 4. He finds a hole. He is off and running. It's 96 yards. Saints win it 26-13. Pro Bowler Julius Peppers and the Panthers facing Simeon Rice and the Bucs in Tampa. 2 NFC teams still with a shot at the postseason. The Panther offense first to strike in the first quarter.
Malone on 2nd and 7 to the end zone for Muhammad. Touchdown! What a catch!
That's what a Pro Bowl receiver does right there. That's how you get to the Pro Bowl. That's how you keep Randy Moss out of the Pro Bowl, like he did this year.
But the Bucs were not to be outdone as Brian Greasy finds rookie Michael Clayton late in the first.
And he dives for the end zone. Touchdown!
Woo! He didn't know what direction he was going. He didn't know if he was going for a somersault, if he was doing a backflip. I mean, he just jumped.
Second quarter, Jake Delhomme again finds Musi Muhammad for his second touchdown reception of the game, 14th of the season, tying Terrell Owens and Marvin Harrison for the NFL lead. Panthers now lead it by 10 in the fourth. Cardinals and Seahawks, a win gives Seattle a playoff berth. Trent Dilfer getting the start for injured Matt Hasselbeck, not looking good early. His first possession, sacked. But it's the Cards. Midway through the first, Josh McCown finds Anquan Bolden in double coverage. Very next play, McCown looks deep, finds Bolden in the end zone. Cards take the early 7-zip lead. Second quarter off the punt, Bobby Engram takes it, gets some good blocks, heads upfield. A 48-yard punt return, and it would set this up. Sean Alexander rushes it in for the score. Seahawks added a field goal, up 10-7 at the half. Third quarter, Seahawks keep bringing it. Dilfer finds Darrell Jackson. He finds a hole inside the 30. It's a 53-yard play. And that leads to this. Alexander takes the handoff, looks to get stopped, breaks free, takes it in, his second TD of the day. Seattle now up by 10 in the fourth. So Seattle would clinch a playoff berth with the win over Arizona. As of now, New Orleans has the final playoff berth by a half game over Carolina and St. Louis. Minnesota still hasn't clinched a playoff berth. They need a loss or tie by either Carolina or the Rams. He holds a special place in the Toronto Blue Jays record books as the first player to hit a home run in franchise history. Doug Ault has died at the age of 54. Ault passed away Wednesday and was found at his home in Florida. The cause of death is not yet known. Born in Beaumont, Texas, Ault played 256 games in the majors, all but 9 with the Blue Jays. A career .236 batter, Ault put up 86 career RBI and 17 home runs. He's best known for and became a local hero when he smacked 2 home runs in the Blue Jays opening game at a snowy exhibition stadium on April 7, 1977. Ault is survived by 2 children and predeceased by his wife, Julie. The Toronto Sun reports Ault's body will be transported to his birthplace in Texas for a funeral on Thursday. Still inside SportsCentre, despite a convincing 7-3 win in their opener.
On the back end for Crosby, scores!
Our hockey panel breaks down some key mistakes Canada will have to work on against Sweden. And later, we unwrap a holiday gift for you, the greatest plays from Sunday in our honor roll.
Caught by Tomlinson, and now he's off to the races.
You're watching SportsCentre on TSN.
Boston Pizza weaves past the defense, makes its way to the table, drops into the open side, and scores! Starving for hockey action? Make Boston Pizza your TSN hockey headquarters. Come out to cheer on Team Canada. Our national pride is on the line. Check out TSN's extensive live coverage on our big screen TVs. Hockey at its best. TSN will broadcast live from Mystery Boston Pizza locations throughout the tournament. Meet TSN talent, win great prizes, and show your support for Team Canada on national TV. You're among friends at Boston Pizza.
Morning, Peterson. Morning, Roger. Go somewhere hot for your vacation?
No, I don't leave until Friday.
Hey, what's with him?
Crescendo Rising Crust Pizza from McCain. It rises up fresh and full of flavor, right before your eyes. Nothing rises like a crescendo.
Every group has its leader. The one that everyone looks up to. The one that decides where the group should go. The one that everyone follows. Because they always have the best ideas and the coolest toys.
Walmart, working twice as hard to save you even more. Always.
A 7-3 victory may seem convincing for a hockey team unless you live in Canada, where expectations are bigger and the bar is set higher. The juniors in red and white are no doubt hard at work figuring out how to be better come Monday. What do they need to do? Well, we turn to Gord Miller and Pierre Maguire for the answers.
Canadian coach Brent Sutter, known for his no-nonsense style. After one game of this World Junior Hockey Championship, Pierre, he takes Anthony Stewart off the line with Michael Richards and Nigel Dawes.
Gord, justifiably so. There's no question in my mind. If Anthony Stewart's on his game, he's forechecking hard, he's driving to the net, he's making things happen off the rush. But when he's a physically imposing player, he makes things easier for Mike Richards and Nigel Dawes. He's not doing that, and Mike Richards and Nigel Dawes did nothing in Game 1.
Now, the problem for Canada long-term becomes that line's important because it takes the heat off Sidney Crosby, Patrice Bergeron, and Corey Perry.
There's no question about it. And what will transpire if that line is not effective, then you're going to see all kinds of physical attention on Sidney Crosby, on Patrice Bergeron, and that makes it a little bit difficult on those players to get going. It's really important, and Bob McKenzie stated this many times, for Canada to have a three-pronged offensive attack. They had it going into the tournament. Now they've got to get one more line going, and if they do, they'll be very tough to beat.
The Crosby-Bergeron-Perry line accounted for the first 4 Canadian goals, but there was an issue with that line, believe it or not. They were on for 2 against later in the game.
I'm not really holding them culpable in those situations. There were some misreads made by defensemen in the neutral zone. It's something that Canada has to work on. Their coaching staff very aware. The defense have to move the puck harder, tape to tape, especially when they're going D to D. And the other thing is they can't be over-aggressive stick checking in the neutral zone. If they are, they're going to be exposed, and that really exposes the forwards.
And by the way, if you were wondering about Canada's goaltending, Coach Brent Sutter isn't. Jeff Glass gets the start against Sweden. For Pierre Maguire, I'm Gord Miller in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Let's send it back to SportsCentre.
Thank you, gentlemen. One afternoon game in the NBA, Knicks and Bobcats. Allen Houston is starting for the injured Jamal Crawford. Houston off to a slow start, though. Only 7 first-half points. Emeka Okafor looking for another big game. This is one way to do it. Drops the baseline J, then rejects Stephon Marbury at the other end. Knicks up by 5 at the half. Second half, Knicks are dominating, throwing down the money balls, and they're up by 16. But the Cats will claw their way back a little as the rookie takes over. Okafor, the tip in, and then the follow-up jam. He had 23 points. The Pats are within 2. But Tim Thomas in the clutch drops the 3, and the Knicks win it, 91-82. Still to come on SportsCentre. All of Sunday's unbelievable plays are set to be unveiled in the Honor Roll.
To the end zone for Muhammad. Touchdown.
Boston Pizza weaves past the defense, makes its way to the table, drops into the open side, and scores! Starving for hockey action? Make Boston Pizza your TSN hockey headquarters. Come out to cheer on Team Canada. Our national pride is on the line. Check out TSN's extensive live coverage on our big screen TVs. Hockey at its best. TSN will broadcast live from mystery Boston Pizza locations throughout the tournament. Meet TSN talent, win great prizes, and show your support for Team Canada on national TV. You're among friends at Boston Pizza.
Walmart, working twice as hard to save you even more. Always.
Every group has its leader. The one that everyone looks up to. The one that decides where the group should go. The one that everyone follows. Because they always have the best ideas. And the coolest toys.
SportsCentre, brought to you by Sport Check, the power of sport.
Reeves. Caught by Tomlinson, and now he's off to the races, and there he goes. Chased by Doss, he's got an escort and a touchdown catch and run.
Malone on 2nd and 7 to the end zone for Muhammad. Touchdown.
Rhodes at the 11-yard line. And Fletcher can't bring him down. Maybe the kicker can't. He can't bring him down. There goes Dominique Rhodes. Being chased by Florence. There's a block by Sampany is in for the touchdown. And Manning. He's got it. Manning's got the record.
Pick the end around. The blitz coming. He avoids it. And throws.
Coming up on TSN tonight, famous fights, Lyle versus Foreman. Then it's NFL primetime, followed by the Sunday Nighter, Browns at Dolphins. That is followed by another edition of SportsCentre with Dan O'Toole and myself at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will have more on Peyton Manning's historic feat in Indianapolis. We will have all the NBA action. The Raptors are in Phoenix tonight. And the latest on the Canadian Juniors. Until then, happy Boxing Day, everyone. Thanks for watching.
commentator clothing provided by Mondetta, the official sportswear supplier to TSN.